Now, those eye to the skies are not gonna be this big, okay? They're actually gonna be sheet metal coils, all right? They're not gonna be this 1/4 inch steel. It's gonna be
Shorter and wide.
kind of,
It's gonna be shorter and wider.
it could be different. Now,
Is it different
you can
size?
get one for 6 foot tall. I mean, I'm talking about the thickness.
So it's going to be straps, not chain.
So you're gonna use straps on eye to the sky.
Right.
Okay? Real simple. First thing is, DOT requires 3 securements on the front coil. Because most of the time when you get eye to the sky, not all the time, but most of the time, they're gonna put, these coils are flipped over on their edge like this, but they're on pallets. And they're banded to the pallet.
Right.
So they're gonna load you with pallets. And they're gonna center that first one in your trailer. Then they're just gonna line them up right down the center of the trailer, okay? This front coil has to have 3 securements on it. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make an asterisk up here with my securements. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take and hook into my anchor point, throw my strap across, diagonally to the back, right?
Yeah.
There. Take my other one, put my anchor here. I'm gonna throw diagonally to the rear of the coil. All right? Then I'm gonna take that third one and I'm gonna go right here to the center of it and I'm gonna throw it right over the center. So up here, you're gonna have that first 2 making the X and then you're gonna have that third one making the asterisk.
With the straps, you know what I mean, man? For them, like we need to change, like the real stuff. I mean,
The edge protection?
yeah.
Yeah.
Not us. The edge protection. Cut the straps.
The friction?
Yeah.
Friction mat?
We don't need enough for them though.
You can use friction mats if you want.
No, I was just saying, like, it ain't. We don't gotta use them for the straps.
No, you can use plastic edge protectors
Okay.
on these. Some guys like to use the friction mats, but some don't. It is easier just to use the 4 inch because they're not gonna go anywhere, okay? Now the trick to this, guys, is remember which one you threw first, okay? You don't wanna go and start tightening down the last one you threw because it's gonna put pressure up here
Oh, yeah, yeah.
and it's gonna end up cinching down on those 2 below it and then do the set, then you can't do that third one.
So you,
Wanna do
you
tight
start right
first
here.
one You threw, second one you threw, third one you threw. That way, you're tightening from the bottom up, so it gets tight, okay? All right? So once I do this, now, what I also am going to do is I'm going to do what we call a trip chain, okay? Just like it's called, trip. We're gonna trip this product up if it tries to move, okay? This Gary, trying to move. Now, the one thing is, some shippers may not let you do the way I'm gonna show you this first time, okay? So be aware of that. Because I don't want that chain touching
Yeah,
this.
right.
And even though we're gonna protect it with a friction mat, they still may not want it. They don't wanna take that chance.
Okay.
That's fine, okay? I'll show you what to do if they do. But the trip chain, what that is basically, I'm gonna take one chain and one friction mat. I'm gonna stand that friction mat on end, okay? Now this is on half scotch, so it's not gonna be exactly, it'll be a lot easier because you're gonna be on a full pallet, okay? But you're gonna take that friction mat and you're just gonna set it right there on that pallet in front of that coil, okay? I don't need a big pull backwards, okay? Guys like going all the way back there for some reason. I don't need that. I just need a slight pull. So I'm gonna take my chain, come around the front on the friction mat, and I'm just gonna go right out here and grab right anchor point right behind the front of the coil. Okay? I'm gonna do the same thing on this side.
Right here.
And then I'll bind it down. Friction mat protects the face. My chain runs here. Okay?
Yeah.
Now, if that coil tries to go forward, it's gonna trip it up,
Yeah. So it's like
Right.
it's like an X chain for a coil.
basically.
Stop it falling
Yeah.
melting. Yeah.
Okay, but you're not forming the head.
No, you're not foaming the X,
Okay.
but
But,
it's for that purpose.
so, if I get to a shipper that won't allow me to put that trip chain on, it's fine, okay? All I'm gonna do is, I'm still gonna do a trip chain, all right?
Just do it around the pallet.
But I'm gonna do the pallet instead of the
Right,
coil.
okay.
Because these are gonna be banded to the pallet,
Yeah.
okay? And banding is a load securement,
Yeah.
okay? But we just don't trust it,
Yeah.
okay? But here, I'll just trip that pallet instead of the coil. Does that make sense?
Are you doing the front and the back, or are you just doing just the?
Remember, you're gonna have other coils behind it.
Oh, okay,
So you're
okay.
gonna have a pallet here, they're gonna put that next pallet right up against it. And they're
Oh,
just gonna-
okay. Okay, understood.
So, now that I got my front one done, I've got the asterisk, 3 securements, I've got my trip chain on the front one. So I'll move to the next one back, I'm gonna do an X with my strap.
Oh,
So,
sweet.
only thing, I'm gonna do it the same way, except I'm not gonna have this middle strap.
Okay.
I'm gonna exit, I'm gonna go to the next one, I'm gonna exit, I'm gonna exit the next one, and then the last one, I'm gonna exit, but I'm gonna put a trip chain on the back.
Right.
So that
The
chain's
whole-
pulling forward.
Yeah.
Yep.
Where this one's pulling back, I'm gonna lock those pallets together.
Yes.
Or those coils together,
Yeah.
okay?
And like an X
Understood.
chain, it don't need to be super tight. It just needs to be in place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't, you just know.
All right.
Yeah. And only the front eye to the sky needs the 3 straps.
Yeah.
Everything else needs just an X.
Right.
Okay.
So you said back to them.
Huh?
You said back to them.
No, it just needs an
back.
X.
Need trip chain.
Needs a trip
Trip
chain,
chain.
but not 3 straps.
Yeah. DOT doesn't require that back coil to be that way. You can.
Yeah.
If you feel better, do it. Some guys do it, but.
To put the asterisk like on the back one,
Huh?
like to have the asterisk on the back one.
That's what he's asking.
Okay.
You can if
That's
you
what I'm
can
saying.
if you want.
DOT doesn't require it, we don't require it, but if you want to do it, go ahead.
Okay.
Remember, guys, thing you live by is you can always over-secure.
Yeah.
You just never can
Under
under-secure.
secure. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay? You
Uh-huh.
can put as much stuff on this as you want, or you feel you need to make you comfortable.
Yeah.
Okay?
Right.
You just cannot go under the minimum, and that's what I'm teaching you here, is the minimum
Yeah.
for company policy.
Yeah.
Okay? Does that
Yeah.
make sense?
Yep.
Sense, man. Yeah.
Makes sense.
All right.
Then it'll make
Guys,
dots.
got any questions on any of these coils?